In this video, I'm going to be showing you how you can get thousands of leads for free in any niche in under 5 minutes. No, I'm not going to be using AI, and no, I'm not going to be using any software to do this. The reason is you don't need them. When I was working my first sales job, cold calling, we had to make hundreds of cold calls per day and find our own leads. People overthink and overcomplicate the process to the point that they don't do anything at all. We are in a time where all the information is at our fingertips. All we need to do is type in a few words on Google and the results show up in less than 1 second. For those asking how you keep track of this, you will be adding them to an Excel spreadsheet once you dial the number. So let's just jump into my computer and show you how it's done. So what we're going to do now is just type in whatever industry you are in. Let's just give an example, concreters in Melbourne. So if you're based in Melbourne, Sydney, if you're in the US, Ohio, no matter where you're based and who you want to target, this is what you'll be doing. You'll be typing in your niches and then the city or area that you live in. So we're going to see a bunch of Google ads here, which obviously we can call. For example, this one, just because it's number one, he's probably spending quite a lot. It is an independent because I can see a mobile number, which is always fantastic. And this is something that it will be niche by niche and case by case basis, okay? As you can see here, I've got a lot of concreters in the area and I can just go down and start calling these people. A lot of them will have mobile numbers just because being a concreter, they're usually a 1 or 2 man band. So that is obviously good news. For other niches, you will have an office number, which is totally fine. You can call the office, and a lot of the times if it's a small business, the owner, there is a high chance that the owner will actually pick up the call, not a staff member. So people overcomplicate this and think you need spreadsheets and to add this into different documents. You don't. Call first. If they're interested, add their name to the list. Right? That is how you do this. When I first started cold calling, the company that I worked for makes about $1 million per month now in profit. The owner, Steve, started doing this by himself with a Yellow Pages book and doing Google Maps. And that is what he did. And still to this day in 2023, this is how they cold call. This is how they cold call. They go through different directories, they go through this. They don't spend time creating lists and all this fancy stuff before people are interested. It's a complete waste of time, right? Call them up. If they're interested, add their name to an Excel spreadsheet. That is what I would do. Start going down this list, go down different directories. Now you'll also be able to go Concreters Melbourne Facebook, for example. And you'll be able to see all the concreters on Facebook, and you'll be able to get their company name, email address, phone number, and sometimes even the owner's details. All right, so for example, let's go florists in Melbourne. So you'll see there's a lot of +61, which is the Australian area code, and then you'll see mobile numbers as well here. So you see there is thousands of leads at your fingertips, and you can literally start this right now. All you need to do is pick up the phone, start dialing, and stop overcomplicating this process. You don't need lead sheets, you don't need anything like that. If you're going to do cold outreach and do cold calling specifically, this is all I would do. I would type in your niche, and start dialing from here. It really is that simple. You don't need to overcomplicate this process. Yes, there are directories that you can use. Once you've gone through the Google Maps section, you can go through directories and you can go through the Google ads people are running. You can go through, you can also find people through Facebook ads on the ads library, which I've shown you in another video, which I will leave in the description below. There are so many different methods that we can use, but I constantly see people overcomplicating this process. Another example might be roofing in Brisbane. All right, so now what we're going to be seeing is a bunch of the roofing companies, and you'll be able to go down this list and again, call these people. Stop worrying about adding them to a list. Like, look, these are mobile numbers for you guys in Australia. Now, what you'll be able to do is if you're in the US, which I know a lot of my audience are, you'll be able to type in your area, and then you'll be able to type in your mobile, your cell phone number code, because I know in the US you all got different cell phone number area codes. In Australia it's all the exact same countrywide, but you know, you'll be able to type in your area code. I don't know one for example. So that is something that you'll be able to do, so you get local people in your specific area that you're going after. You're also able to go through these ads. You'll also be able to go through the ads on several pages. There'll be a couple of dozen there. You'll be able to go through different directories. So you'll never run out of opportunities and prospects to call. The one thing that really annoys me, and I'm seeing this a lot now, is everyone's trying to get fancy with all these different softwares and all these different AI tools that you can use. And cool, yes, they may help you, but at the end of the day, you don't need to waste your time doing that if the prospect isn't interested, right? Call them up first, have a conversation. If they're interested, add them to the list. All right, everyone, and that is how you generate thousands of leads in any niche. If you want to join the Agency Academy mentorship, then click the first link in the description, and I'll see you in the next video.